Today, I will be painting an underwater scene of green sea turtles over the Maro Reef corals in Hawaii. The main colours I'm using are Aurelian, Scarlet Lake and Winsor Blue. A few others are mixed in, which I'll mention along the way. Materials are Arches 300-pound rough texture paper, paints are Winsor and Newton professional quality transparent watercolors, brushes mainly by Utrecht and Dick Blick, and Pro Art. A bristle type brush, which is really an oil brush, is used for parts of the coral painting, which I'll explain later. So I have painted in, first of all, some land in the distance and some little choppy water up to the shoreline to give the impression of being underwater with the sea turtles. And I'm painting in the distant sea turtle, which will be less defined than the nearby one, but still nevertheless enough detail. As you know, you can click below to widen the image, so bring it closer up so you can see the detail better. I'm mainly at this stage using number 4 Pro Art brush, sometimes using a slightly smaller one, say a number 2 here and there for really fine detail. And as often is the case, I'll lay in some colour and then quickly dip my brush into clear water so that I can go back into that colour and fuse it. So a wet in wet type process to fuse the colour. So slightly smaller brush at the moment, say number 2, something like that. Just building up the patterns on the turtle and the different shadings. These are green sea turtles. Around Hawaii they have a wide variety of the turtles. I think they're all actually covered in the Maro Reef corals in Hawaii. But the green sea turtle is the most prevalent. I would say at this stage that the paints in intensity appear to be a little bit light at the moment because we do have to have quite strong lighting to do these videos. But when that strong lighting is off, we take a photo of the finished painting. The colours do show up more intensely. So that distant green sea turtle has been completed, and now I'm painting in some sheep's head fish. They're quite prevalent around the Hawaii Islands as well. Good eating, actually. I've caught them a number of times. But you have to be really careful when you're taking the hook out because the teeth will get you if you're not careful. Cause some serious injury to your fingers and thumb. So they have these distinctive black and white stripes down the length of the body from head to tail, about eight black stripes in total. So there'll be these two principal sheep's head fish, and then there'll be a few little silhouettes of bait type fish in the background, all helping to give the impression of being underwater and to add some more interest to the painting rather than just the turtles and the coral. I like to mix my dark colour up for as close as black as possible rather than use lamp black straight out the tube. So I'll mix a blue and a red normally. French ultra and light red make a very good blackish colour, but others work as well. And in doing it that way, you'll get some more tone to the black colour. It won't be as stark. Straight from the tube, I think it jumps out too much. Just to mention that this Arches 300-pound rough paper, I do very much like to use for paintings like this because it is very resilient. It will take lots of washes. Will take a degree of rubbing out and blotting if you really have to, but try to avoid it. Um, and in doing so, the paper does keep its structure because it is so resilient. So now I've painted some of the coral on the left hand side because there is a lot of coral to paint rather than video every single aspect of that. And then on the right side, doing some more so you can see how it was done. At the moment, I'm using a number 10 and a number 12 brush and just dropping in some general rocky type colours. And whilst that's wet, drop in some darker colour to allow it to fuse in. then drop back to number 4. I would say at this stage, please also remember to comment with your suggestions for future tutorials, and we'll see what we can do about including tutorials of some of those. We like to get feedback. Also, of course, if you like and subscribe, then you'll receive future free videos with tutorials included. I will be uploading a great deal of these, and I really think they do help you to learn the process of transparent watercolor, and hopefully to make rapid progress compared to just trying to learn it from reading books, etc. I think there's nothing better than if you can see it demonstrated and explained along the way. So dropping in this underpainting for the coral, fusing in wet and wet here and there, and then that's dried. And now I've gone to an oil type brush, a stipple hard bristle brush, and I'm using the paint quite dry, and as you can see I'm just stippling that in. That's sort of a pointillism type process to give the appearance of coral shapes and a mix of different colours, which is totally your choice. Later on I'll be drawing in some more defined shapes with the brush, so it shows strands of coral like I've done on the left hand side here and there. So here comes some cobalt blue. Still using that stippling process with the oil brush. And now back to a number 4 brush and strands of coral going in. So we have a variety of shapes, which is exactly what you'd expect to see in the coral. At this stage of the painting, we're a little halfway through the painting. So a few more distinctive shapes on the coral. being dropped in and redefining some of those on the left side. Then we got some seagrasses coming in off the seabed. Helps to give the feeling of underwater as well. And here I'm using a flat brush to produce those seagrasses and some shapes on the seabed. So this is the principal turtle now being coloured in. And do remember please to like and subscribe to receive future free videos with tutorials included. A great many will be posted and regularly too. I'm just varying the colours and shading on the back of the sea turtle. Gives more interest to the finished painting. And that is reality anyway. They're not all just one blocked in colour. They do have variation. For that very fine detail on the head, I drop down to a number 2 brush. So we're into the last few minutes of this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it. Just finishing off the principal sea turtle. And please do remember to like and subscribe to receive future free videos with tutorials included. And please also remember to comment with your suggestions for future tutorials, and we'll do our best to include some of those. We will be posting a great number of videos and tutorials. So we hope this becomes your go-to place for learning the processes for transparent watercolor painting. Much better than trying to learn it from reading the book. Here you can see how it's done and follow and have your go at doing that. So we're now in the last few seconds of this tutorial, drying it off with a hairdryer. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and please visit regularly, like and subscribe, and give your suggestions for future tutorials, and we'll do our very best to include them. And then we'll show you the finished painting photographed. Thank you for watching. See you next time.